Should be coming up live. Hopefully the audio is coming through pretty well. Just going to check some settings. We'll do that right now. Okay, so it's been an adventure. We had to get a new, well, I got a new used MacBook Pro. My other one's been not supported by Apple anymore, so that was fun. All these tech issues. I'm learning a lot lately. So that's one of the reasons we missed a week there. And we're coming back live, getting back on track again. So I was thinking, yes, this is going to be a banger tonight. It's going to be awesome. And I went to plug in my computer and have my microphone going and everything for tonight's video podcast. And then realized, oh, this computer is all new and takes different inputs. It no longer takes USB. I have to get a converter. And I was unable to get out and get a converter tonight. I was able to get these phones, but did not realize I needed a converter as well. So we are using this laptop strictly, which I'm pretty impressed with the video here. It looks very similar in quality to my Logitech camera. So that's good. I'm not sure how the audio is going to come out because we're going direct into the computer. So I hope that is working well. And I'm going to just take a quick look at my audio to make sure. That's the external microphone built in. Speaker default headphones. It looks like it's picking up pretty decently. So it actually looks pretty loud. So hopefully that's picking up pretty well for you guys. So when you're watching the replay and so forth, this will be good. Okay, so I'm going to go check YouTube and the group and see if by chance I redid the group. I came on 30 seconds late, so I hope that it's still showing in the group here. I tried to fix that whole system. Just going to take a look here. Let's go live. I'm pulling up the group right now. Live video. Hey, it looks like we are actually live in the group. Wow. Okay, I'm checking on this MacBook, so I'm hoping it's not interfering. I'm going to get out of this on my new MacBook here. I'm going to check on my desktop. Well, that's exciting. So we're live in the group. We should also be live in our YouTube channel as well. I'm going to bump off all my notifications here. Okay, group here. Let's see, let me reload this page. I'm going to reload our YouTube page. I'll be right with you in just a second. We got to, yes, okay, so YouTube, we are, let's see. No, that's the last one. Okay, bear with me another moment. We're getting here, guys. We are getting here. Tech is starting to work. Things are starting to happen. View channel, live right now. Looks like we're live right now. We are live right now. You can see my head looking up at my huge monitor in front of me. It's because my computer screen is so low. I would have elevated a little had I known I didn't have the right jacks and inputs here. We are on track, though. We're getting this figured out 1 week at a time. And now on my desktop, I am checking out the live feed. Let's see. Going live, episode 7. Happening now. Live video. And now I see. Awesome. Awesome. I'm going to turn this off here. And now I see. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. I got the volume off on my desktop. Hey, we did it. We're live in the group, and we're live on YouTube. We're in 2 places, and we're in StreamYard. I did not send out the StreamYard link tonight. If you're going to YouTube, you should be able to go to, well, maybe I should post a link here. Let's see. Share. I do not see the share button in StreamYard. That's fine. Let me do this. Okay, I'm going to stay here with my MacBook. I'm going to go to YouTube, grab the link, come over here to Facebook. We'll get out of this. Let's see. In the group, sending a message to all of you right now. We're live now in the group and on YouTube. Here is the YouTube link. Okay, I'm going to post that. Okay, so you got 2 options tonight. You can watch live in the group, which will also have the replay. You can watch live on YouTube, also have the replay. And you should be able to make comments and interact on either one of those. So if you do watch live, you should be able to send me a message. I'll try to check a couple times throughout tonight's review and training, and see if there's anything that people have questions about. Okay, so very cool. Of course, the replay will be in both the YouTube channel, Facebook, and I can send out the StreamYard link as well. So now we're locked into our 3 places. We're getting a handle on things. I'll get the connections for our next going live session, and then I'll be able to run from this new MacBook, new to me, used because I like to buy used and save a crap ton of money. So that's an awesome experience. And it's in great condition. So new to me, I'll get that the adapter, and then we'll be good to go. So so here we go tonight. Tonight's kind of big and huge announcement, kind of unique and different here. Let me pull up my doc. What did I do with you? Okay. Got my notes in front of me now here. So tonight is big, big, big. I got a huge, huge announcement after an entire month of deliberation with myself. I'm announcing a change in this group's direction. So as the way I see it, as humans, we make our own plans, and then God chuckles and adjusts our plans accordingly. So I found his plan to be a lot larger and bigger than my mind could even comprehend in regards to this group. So first, to kind of give you a little foundation here, I built my Facebook profile from 2,800 friends to over 3,500 friends currently. I have over 700 new connections, and they're all musicians. The majority of them being located right here in the Midwest, and the majority of those being rock-based musicians and in rock-based bands such as rock, alternative, hard rock, metal, country rock, pop rock, blues rock, classic rock, etc. Second, they're generally what I personally refer to as the 5 core. What do I mean by the 5 core? The 5 core instruments: guitar, bass, drums, keys, and vocals. Guitar, bass, drums, keys, and vocals. That's what I call the 5 core. I've, in addition, connected with some violin players, trumpet players, and sax players as well. But 95% of the musicians I've connected with are already in gigging bands and working musicians. And this has completely blown my mind. The original intention was to connect with guitar players from the Midwest. About 20 to 25% of who I connected with have been actual guitar players. So I just want to provide a little bit of background about myself because most of you don't know this information. I ran my father's home maintenance and remodeling business with him. I was the VP of a multi-million-dollar company. Then I ran an oven and grill cleaning business, followed by a disposal and snow removal business, followed by a successful guitar academy, which I had for 7 years, followed by a marketing company specializing in perception branding, website marketing, social media marketing. And now I'm currently a gaffer, which is a video lighting specialist, freelancing, along with a course and curriculum creating guitar coach. So I've had quite the adventure. I've been in multiple businesses, ranging in success, taught over 100 guitar students, many who are on stages, have gotten scholarships and so forth. My father's company was very successful. I've had successes on a lot of different levels, coached different small businesses on their brand and their marketplace position and growing their business, growing their sales, and so forth. So I've actually been studying guitar for about 34 years now. And alongside that journey, I've also been studying music, marketing, personal development, and business for 30 years now, almost as long as I've been playing the guitar. So when I got out of school, I got out of high school, I went to college for about a year, decided it wasn't for me, came home, but that is not when my education stopped. That is actually when my education began. That's when I began. I read hundreds and hundreds of books over the years. I've taken many courses. I've gone to seminars. I've hired coaches and consultants to train under all along my journey. I've accumulated a tremendous amount of knowledge in both the music and the business space throughout the past 30 years that I believe would be extraordinarily valuable to you and your brand and the vast amount of musicians that I've connected with recently. So I don't want to limit myself into just guitar players in this group. I would like to introduce the 5 core to this group. Basically, most of you are in bands already and working musicians. So I would like to allow you to bring in your other band members. And I'm also going to reach out to the 5 core musicians, as I refer to them: guitar, bass, drums, keys, and vocals. And I'm going to start reaching out and growing this group a little faster. And if you've watched the first 2 podcasts, you know that we've already covered a wide range of topics that I'm sure has been very beneficial to you, with tremendous tips, tricks, hacks from industry pros. The first episode was a tad more geared towards guitar, but it's valuable information for all musicians and valuable for the guitar players within our group as well. So I don't say all this information I just gave you is not to say any of that to boast at all. In fact, if you asked me personally, we were together right now and you asked me personally, I would still say that I am in the infant stages of learning because there's so much more learning that I desire and crave. I absolutely love to learn. It's going to be a lifetime of learning for me and accumulation for me. I never stop learning. It's what fuels me. It's my passion. It drives me. It pushes me. It constantly nags at me all day, every day. If I go one day without learning something new, I'm like, I'm lost, almost to the point of getting depressed. That's how much I love learning. And I believe education never stops and that we're meant to just continue to grow. So I study music, personal development, and business and marketing every single day. So here's the change. In a recap, I'm going to open the group to the 5 core instruments for sure: guitar, bass, drums, piano, and keys. I'm sorry, keys and vocals. So the name will change to Midwest Rockers, which will encompass this group, our group of musicians. And I'll be pulling in gigging and working musicians and those who are aspiring to do so or who are at the beginning stages of doing that and trying to grow their act, their band, etc. And then I'll be pursuing even more intensely interviews in a video podcast style formula, just like the one I did with Guy Danhoff and just like the one I did with Michael Rossa. And so check those interviews out because this is a marketing and promotion opportunity for you and your band. It's a free opportunity. You don't pay me anything. It's an exchange. I'm offering you an opportunity that can get you promotion and get you in front of eyeballs, grow your fan base, grow your social media, get more likes, etc. Get more awareness about your act and your band. And then you're sharing your knowledge. You're passing that on to others who are like-minded and pursuing the same types of goals. And you're sharing your tips, tricks, and hacks within the industry, things that you've learned and paying it forward, so to speak. And that's the benefit for me, and that's the benefit for others in this group. I will learn from you. Others in this group will learn from you. And we will support you in what you're doing and may come to your shows, may like your pages, may follow you on social media, etc. So this is an exchange. It's kind of almost like a mastermind setting where we're all on the same journey together and we're here to share our knowledge, what we've learned over the years, to help each other and push each other forward and encourage one another. So what are some of the things that you can expect out of the interview is that I'm going to promote you and your band through a video podcast style interview. Just think in this little bit of sharing that I have done right now, I have mentioned Guy's name and Michael's name several times. That's not even, that's aside from the actual review I'm doing of Michael Rossa's interview. So here we are weeks later, and I'm still promoting the both of them. So you will get promoted. Promotion of yourself, promotion of your band, a band. Why else should you do it? To get more fans, to get more likes and followers, to share your social media platforms, to share your upcoming gigs, to connect with other musicians and bands in the Midwest, building your network and your contact book. To make new friends, to meet like-minded people who are on the same similar path and journey as you are, to expand your gigging territory. That's something I haven't mentioned before, but we are talking about the Midwest. Imagine you start making connections. Maybe you're local to Chicago and you start getting some opportunities in Indiana, in Wisconsin, Ohio, etc. through these connections that you're making within our group. You get to do some traveling and maybe get some higher paying gigs. Your reach goes out. You build a bigger fan base. So that's a huge part of this group and what I'm trying to do here. And then also for the community and group, this is another reason to do it. The more you give, the more you tend to receive. The more encouragement you'll get, the more you'll understand what you've learned as you explain it to others. You're going to provide motivation and encouragement for aspiring musicians and bands. And then to share your tips, tricks, and hacks for working bands and musicians, just like others in this group will share those tips, tricks, and hacks to you as well and the other musicians in our group. Teaching what you know to others solidifies what you have learned in life and also enhances your own skills. And I can speak directly to that because I've been coaching and teaching for years now. And when I coach and teach, I learn and I grow in my knowledge, and the knowledge I've accumulated sets in and internalizes at a deeper level. And then I can even teach at a deeper level after that. Okay. So I'm probably using my hands way too much and covering my face and stuff. Sorry, it's just part of who I am. So this is the time for you to step up and grab a spot in the podcast seat before it gets overcrowded. Jump to the front of the line right now, book your call, reach out in Facebook, just message me. That's all you have to do. So if we're not friends yet, send me a friend request. Say, hey, I'm in the Rock Guitarists of the Midwest group, which is going to be changing to Midwest Rockers. And just say, hey, I'd like to do an interview. Okay, I'd like to promo my band myself, share some of my knowledge, and we'll get a call booked, and we'll get you on there. Okay, so you're going to love it. If you're like me and you don't like the spotlight, I still promise you, you're going to love this because I have. And even if you're an introvert like me, you will just be amazed by the results. And it's just such a great time being on these podcasts and learning from one another and sharing our knowledge. It's quite the thing. So in saying all that and providing the direction of where we're going, I wouldn't mind getting some feedback from you guys as well, some comments about that. Do you like this new direction? I think the value of this group is going to skyrocket from here. I have pages of information and topics that we're going to be covering inside this group. You got to check back at this group. You got to keep coming back. It's going to be awesome. So let's start with the Midwest Rockers manifesto as it reigns right now. We are the Midwest Rockers. We keep music alive. We fuel the local scene. We entertain our audience. We promote the venues. We build super fans. We cultivate a family feeling. We stand together. United we rock. We are the Midwest Rockers. So what is the group about? Education, entertainment, and engagement. We're still in the beginning phases of this group, so I'm just going to keep rehashing this and keep bringing this up. If you've heard this before and you're tired of it, just skip forward a little bit to get to the Michael Rossa interview about 3 minutes from now. So just a quick overview. Education is learning how to perform with confidence on any stage, anywhere, anytime, with anyone. The entertainment piece is you posting your songs, maybe your gigs, some encouragement, a tip, a trick, a hack. If we get big enough, I might start hosting some local events. Maybe, like a tri-state, like a Wisconsin, Indiana, Chicago event, that type of thing, central to your area, throughout the Midwest. I could jump around to different areas. I love putting on events. It's actually a passion of mine. I would bring in 100 to 200 people to my recitals. Recitals, as it's called in the industry, we called it, live events, rock events. I even sold out a recital. We had a venue for one of the final recitals we did before I moved on from the Guitar Academy. 140 people could be in this venue between the seats and standing room only. We had like 300 people show up. This is a recital. Get that in your brain. This is a recital. Recitals are typically known for boring. Nobody wants to be there, etc. We had like 300 people show up. That's the kind of events that we do. It was super exciting. It was crazy awesome. We had Miss Kenosha there as the MC of the event. We had students playing rock songs. We were putting them together in groups, and it was just awesome. So that's the kind of events that I do. I like to go big. I like to make it fun, engaging, and people. That was the talk about the Guitar Academy, was the events. Okay, and then the final piece so we got education, we got entertainment, and then we got engagement in the group. That's connecting with one another, supporting one another, learning from one another, and encouraging each other. Why should you visit the group often? For connection, community, and creativity. Unlock ideas in a mastermind style setting. Share your experiences, share answers, feedback to others' questions. Be a part of a supportive group of like-minded musicians seeking similar goals to your own. Hey, this is a journey, and we're all on this journey together. We are rockers from the Midwest. Okay. Why did I create this group and what we get out of it? I created this group for two types of people: seasoned pros, industry artists, working musicians, and teachers. That's group number one. Two, those who want to improve their ability and confidence to play on any stage, anywhere, anytime with anyone. Maybe you haven't started gigging yet, or you're newer to the music scene and you're trying to develop your band's brand and to get more gigs. Okay, so those are the two types of people. As indicated earlier, and to recap, for group number one, this will be similar to a mastermind in a way, in order to share and seek out ideas with one another, what's working, what's not, creative ideas to grow audiences, draw crowds, increase profits, etc. For group number two, there will be a lot of coaching and great advice, tips, and tricks from myself and other working musicians within this group, especially through this podcast style video interviews, to help you increase your abilities and confidence for the goal of playing on any stage, anywhere, anytime, and with anyone. So I highly recommend you get on that interview list now before there's an influx of people coming into this group, and then there's a waiting line. You don't want to wait for that time. Right now, it's open season. It's open season. Reach out to me, message me, get on the list, get to the front of the line, skip the line right now. Later, you're going to have to wait for your turn. And eventually, some people won't even get a turn because it's going to be so big. Okay, so get in while you can, get in fast. Now we're finally here. Part 3 recap of the video podcast interview that I had done with Michael Rossa. Before I get into that, I'm just going to check real quick, make sure there's no questions or anything about what's going on. Okay, click over here. Oop, I got to get back to that. Live in group. 7. That's a YouTube link. Whoop, sorry, having trouble finding the live on Facebook. Maybe this is it. Live video, there it is. Okay, I can't even see comments on Facebook because I'm the moderator. Bummer. Check notifications. Okay, so let's move on. So part 3, recap of the video podcast interview with Michael Rossa. Quick recap, intro about Michael Rossa in case you haven't caught the actual podcast or the 2 recaps. I've done part 1 and part 2 so far. If you haven't, go back to the group. You got to check it out. Amazing interview. While you're there, also check out Guy Danhoff's interview. That was phenomenal as well. Some great advice, tips, tricks in there. Let me talk about Michael Rossa for a minute. He's a podcaster, a health coach, along with being a manager and performer in a very accomplished cover band called The Now. That's his band, The Now. Not only is he manager of the band, but he is also musical director and booking manager of The Now, securing over 40-plus shows in the summer seasons alone. He has a wealth of knowledge to share, and he shared that with us in about a 2-hour interview from all facets of running a band, keeping the band at a high level of performance. And it was incredible. I can't stress enough. You've got to watch that episode. You can also go to the Rossa Report, ROSSA, the Rossa Report, through podcast, your favorite podcast channel, the Rossa Report, not the Ross Report, the Rossa, ROSSA. And he's posted our interview together as one of his episodes, so you can listen on the go. Okay. And you can check out his other information too. The Rossa Report has guest musicians and guest health experts and interviews relating to health as well. So it's health and music. Okay, so Topic number 1 for tonight in continuing our review is picking songs for the stage and for your audience. Okay. So these are notes and information that Michael shared with us, and this stuff's incredible. The hardest part, according to Michael, if the precondition is that you've already built a set. And I apologize, guys. I keep looking at my camera up here, forgetting to look here because we're on the MacBook Pro tonight. So I apologize about that. That's what I'm looking at, my camera up here. So if you've already built a set and you're a working gigging band, the hardest part is going to be cutting songs in order to add songs to your set. So you've already gone through the work of vetting out the best of the songs. You've tested them with your audience from the stage. They resonate with your fans, with your audience. They already love them. They come to your shows. They want to hear these songs. So when you go to kind of change up the set and add a little bit of a new mix and give something different to your show, you're cutting what you've already established to be good or excellent. This can be very difficult. So, what do you drop? What do you cut in order to add these new songs to create this variety and newness in your band? So Michael's theory is if you're going to drop a song to add a song, the new song must go over equally or better than the song that you cut. Okay, so if you're going to drop a song in order to add a new song, the new song that you add must go over equally or better than the song that you're going to drop. And this can be a very difficult task. So here's kind of Michael's method and what they do in the Now band. When adding songs to the set, new songs to create variety and a little bit of change, they don't replace all the songs. They might replace 5 to 12 songs, something like that. I think he mentioned the number 12 in this right before the summer. They introduced like 12 new songs, or that's the goal. Okay. So everyone puts a suggestion list together. Everyone from the band puts a suggestion list together. And this is stuff to take notes on because this is the kind of thing that you want to do in your band. You go over that list as a band and discuss extensively the possibility of those songs that from the list that everyone put together. Everyone then gives their input regarding the songs that have been brought up. Together as a band, you're going to come up with at least a couple songs initially that you're going to consider adding. Then you're going to take those songs and you're going to try them in the rehearsal room. In the rehearsal room, you're going to make a decision as to whether or not those songs sounded good. Okay? So here is a very hot tip regarding this process that Michael dropped. And he said this is very important. You must have someone in the band that will be honest with how the song really sounds. Okay, so we can all be kind, we can be encouraging, we can be nice, we can say, hey, that sounds really good, but we're looking for honest, like real world. What's this going to translate like out in the field with our fans, with our audiences, with different types of audiences, festivals, bars, clubs, etc. There has to be at least one person in the band that is just brutally honest about how it sounds, how the band represents this new song. Okay. And this person must be willing and able to say it like this sounds bad. It's not working. It doesn't sound good. They must have that ability to be able to say that. They must have enough confidence in themselves where they can say that if that's the truth. Okay. In an example, Michael's band has tried songs in rehearsal, and they've determined that certain songs just don't sound like their band. Some of the songs are a struggle. Some songs just don't work. They're kind of a wrestle just to get through the song. He even said that some parts of his band might play it really well and other parts not as well. And it just doesn't come together. So, and in that certain case, that type of case, then that new song would be dropped. It wouldn't be pushed any further. But next step, if the song or songs make it out of the rehearsal room, the next step is to take it to the stage, live, perform it. Give it a try in front of the audience. If the audience responds positively, then that new song or songs stay. They remain in the set. Now, here's a very hot tip. Write this down, take a note, listen to it several times. According to Michael, the audience must react differently for 4 to 5 shows. Okay, so you have to test this song for 4 to 5 shows. Very important. So if the audience reacts negatively 4 to 5 times in a row, then you immediately remove the song and discard it. Okay. Some notes in doing this process: you have to move the song around and test it. Like you might have it in the first set. You might reposition it inside the first set. You may test it in the second set of your performance that night and see if it works better in the second set or if it's received better. You might have to move it around in the second set. So you want to test it in different places within your set to see where it performs the best in your night of performance songs. You need to try it at different gigs because people at festivals might respond differently than people at, say, a bar or a club, because those are different styles of audiences. You need to determine how the song is received. If the song doesn't go over great, you just dump it immediately. And you have to be willing and ready to dump it. You cannot be married to the song, as Michael indicated to us. Even if it's your favorite guitar solo. Okay, so that rings true to me. You know, if I'm playing my favorite guitar solo, I'm not going to want to dump the song. But you have to be willing to dump the song if it's not working. Even if it's your own personal favorite song, or if it's your girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife's favorite song, if it's not working and it's not received well by your audience and your fans, you got to dump it. You got to get rid of it. You got to have the courage to do that. If it's received well through that process, then you keep it and you add it to your set. This is the process. Okay. So if the songs didn't work out and you still have the time, then you want to introduce a couple more new ones and restart this whole process. Okay. And if you don't have time to redo the whole process, then you bring back the former songs that were working very well. Okay. So I recommend that you listen to the podcast with Michael Rossa for a bunch of examples from Michael regarding the Now Band songs that they actually tested in the field and further insights from our talk. Okay, so this is just a review here, but we went even more in depth there. And then the audience is key. Always keep that in mind. What brings the audience back? What keeps them engaged, etc. So the songs that resonate with the audience, that's the most important piece. Not that the songs resonate with you and the members of your band, but that the songs resonate with your audience, your fans, and your super fans. Super fans are like those fans that come to every show. They want your shirts, they want your hats, they want the mugs, they want the bumper stickers, they want to get your band's tattoo on their arm, on your arm, on their arm. So those are like your super fans. Okay, so when we talk about audience, we're talking about people who maybe have never seen you before. It sounded like a fun night, or they're loyal to the venue itself. It may comprise of your fans, your just general fans and base that follow you and come to your shows once in a while, and then also comprises of your super fans. And those are the kind of the diehard followers. They're at almost every show. They're buying your apparel and items and supporting you, referring you to others, bringing their friends, etc. Okay, so that's what an audience is. Another hot tip that Michael dropped: you have to sell the song. And that's something we don't think of often as musicians. We may have a set of 30, 40 songs. Well, a bunch of those songs are going to be songs you really enjoy and really like. Other of those songs might be on the bottom end of that curve, and they might be songs that maybe you're impartial to, you kind of like, you're not as into as much. The performance still has to stay strong. You still have to sell that song. Even if it's not your favorite song, you still have to push it like you love it. You need to perform it well. You need to bring energy to that song for the good of the band and the good of the audience, fans, super fans. Okay. With this energy that you bring to the song and this passion and selling the song, there's some play there. You can sway the audience a little bit because of the performance and energy. You may get more engagement from the audience because you've sold the song well. Okay, so how do you know if you're selling the song and bringing the energy? Michael says, record your shows, audio and visual. Then, as they do in the Now Band, make it mandatory for each band member to listen and watch the recording. And then once they've done that, they come together as a band and they discuss their performance, what was good, what was weak, how they can improve, how as a band they can bring more energy to the stage, how they can sell the song at a higher level to the audience. This is very high level stuff, very high level coaching for Michael here. This is pro working band tips, tricks, and hacks. This is how you improve. This is how you eventually get the best of the best gigs, the highest paying gigs, etc. Okay. So that was kind of topic one in this three topic review, part 3 of the Michael Rossa interview. Topic number 2 is getting the gig and current opportunities in the music industry. Okay, so I was asking Michael in the 20 years that he's been managing the Now Band, kind of what's changed with getting gigs, booking gigs, reaching out. How is it now compared to 10, 20 years ago? Okay. So here was, again, this is Michael Ross's sharing of information according to what he's learned in the industry and so forth. So the words I'm speaking are from Michael Rossa and that interview. He says it's a great time currently. There is a surge of available gigs and shows available to bands. However, there's also a huge number of musicians that are available to perform at those shows as well. So for the up and coming artists, you have a lot of opportunities to play, but there is also a lot more bands competing for those same opportunities and spots and gigs. So it's a very critical time to hone your craft, to work on the band, get it sounding really, really good. And these types of bands that really work on their craft and really work on the sound and presence of the band and stage presence, all that, these will be the bands that slowly rise and book more shows, okay? On the other hand, there's also tons of bars putting a band like on a concrete slab outside the garage doors, maybe on a Sunday afternoon to perform. So there's a huge surge in opportunities to perform and gig, and everyone is getting to play a whole lot. But if you want those prime gigs, that is where the challenge is. You're going to have to take your craft very seriously and get to a more advanced level, and so that you can compete and get those more desirable gigs. Okay. So the next part of this that we talked about is, how do you get the gig? And Michael says with persistence and patience. 100% persistence and patience. You have to constantly be doing something every single day. And that can be a hard pill to swallow. Every day working on this, day in, day out. You have to make phone calls daily. You have to send emails daily. You have to send text messages daily. And he noted that there's a bit of an arrogance in the industry currently right now from the people that provide those openings for you to play at their event. They just don't respond. He doesn't understand it. They don't respond to emails. It can be extremely frustrating if you're a new artist. He says, if you are new in the industry, do not stop pursuing and also being polite. When you pursue and when you're persistent, always be polite every time you reach out. Don't get mad. Don't get frustrated. Don't give up. Be nice. Be respectful. And sooner or later, they will finally respond. One tip that he gave was to go to the venue. Check it out. Research the bar venue. Is it good for your band, for your audience? If the people happen to be there, meet them. Talk to the owners, okay, or the managers. His tips are: be persistent, be patient, keep contacting them, kill them with kindness and persistence. Gigs for the Now Band come through 1, 2, 3, and even 4 years later. So the persistence, sometimes when Michael feels like giving up, he'll send that one more email, and all of a sudden they'll contact him and they'll say, hey, can you come out and do the show Saturday night? And he said to me, like, I've been trying to reach these people for 2 to 4 years, and suddenly they reach back. One guy, I think he said he texted at like 9:00 at night, and suddenly the guy responded. He's been texting this guy forever, years, and suddenly he responded and said, hey, can you play a show this weekend? So persistence, be persistent, be patient, be nice, okay? And it will pan out for you if you're polite and you are persistent. You will fail if you give up. This is what he said. You will fail if you give up, so do not give up. Follow Ed Milet's business and personal advice. He's a motivational business speaker, and he wrote the book, The Power of One More. Contact them one more time. Every time you feel like you're done, contact one more time. One more time. Do one more. Make one more contact. Make one more email. Make one more text message. Make one more phone call. The power of one more can produce incredible results in your life. And it has for Michael Rossa as well. So topic 3 tonight in the part 3 of Michael Rossa interview review is health and stage perception from the audience point of view. Okay. So I want to talk to Michael about this because he's also a health coach, and he's in a popular band, has tons of experience, and he knows what is currently out, what it's like out there. I wanted to know, is health really playing a role on the stage? Is looks important? What's the perception from the audience and the fans? And here are the notes that were discussed on that night. He said, this is a very, very visual business, especially when you're in a tribute act or a cover band. Especially in a tribute act or a cover band, it's a very visual business. So here's his tips. He gave me a ton of tips to share. You, again, watch the podcast. You can hear directly from him. Be professional. Look professional. Dress professional. Be clean. Fix your hair. Wear nice and stylish outfits, according to your band and the kind of act you are and so forth. Perception is everything. You will attract more people by doing these things. Look like you care. These are some more important ones for him. Look like you care. Look like you want to be there. Okay. It's very easy to feel like you don't want to be there, feel a little overwhelmed, feel like, hey, I just wish I was home resting tonight on this particular night. but that's going to translate to your audience. So you need to revamp that and change that in that given night when you're in that kind of a situation. You want to look like you care and like you really, really want to be there. You really, really want to serve the fans and help them to have a great time for that night. No matter your size, okay, and I speak as being a bigger guy who's struggled with weight up and down for many years myself. No matter your size, you can look presentable, you can dress presentable, and you can look very nice from the stage. Then on top of that, if you can manage your health beyond that, that's an even bigger bonus visually, okay? So if you can manage your health beyond that, so wherever you're at, whatever stage you're at, look, dress professional, be clean, look good, have nice outfits, have nice shoes. And then beyond that, if you can gain control of your health and do things to improve your health and manage your health in a better way, then that's just like cherries on top of it, okay? And just keep in mind, especially if you're in a tribute act or cover band act, it's a very visual business, okay? Michael provides some great examples of industry artists in the interview, of an industry artist interview. So check that out to hear that example that he provided as well. Just one more recap: dressing nice, looking healthy takes the visual element out of the equation. Okay. If you don't do those things, suddenly the visual piece, people it's just kind of an expectation that you're going to look nice, you're going to be presentable, you're going to look like you want to be there, etc. So remove that piece, remove that judgment from audience, fans, super fans, etc. And then you're immediately accepted visually, and then it becomes about the music, entertainment, fun, etc. So do those things to be a pro level band. Some pro health tips that Michael dropped. Again, remember he's also a health coach. For your singing voice, for those of you who sing, lead, or back up, stay away from dehydrating things like caffeine, dairy, sugar, and alcohol. These things dehydrate you. If you stay away from those things, Michael says that he's also a vocal coach, by the way. For several years, he was a vocal coach. If you do that, if you stay away from those things like caffeine, dairy, sugar, alcohol, you're going to sing like a bird all the time. You'll never have a bad night. Your voice is always going to perform like you want it to perform. That's directly from Michael. When you eat in an unhealthy way, the kind of the opposite happens. Your body hurts. You have low energy. You have inflammation in your body. Maybe your knees hurt. You're going to want to take ibuprofen just to get through the show. And eventually, you're not going to want to do the shows. You're going to begin kind of withdrawing over that lack of discipline in your health and life. Okay, so again, these are just tips, things that can make your journey better. Take some steps, move slowly, patiently, little by little, grow in your discipline. I'm on the same journey. I'm doing the same things. I'm working towards getting healthier. I want to look better on that stage. I always try to dress nice, have nice shirts. For me, I like wearing boots, nice jeans. Okay. Treat yourself like an athlete, Michael says. You are performing in all sorts of weather and conditions. It might be 95, 100 degrees out. You are an athlete on that stage. So treat yourself like one, and you will get the results that you want. Okay? And the audience and the fans and the super fans will have a better experience because of it. As we wrapped up the interview, I asked Michael some questions, and these were the final tips that he gave us. Okay. And this is for those of you that are maybe the beginning stages of the band, and maybe you're playing out some shows, but you're looking to grow. And these are also tips for those of you that are a little further along. Be open and willing to learn from everyone. Play as often as you can. You have to get thousands, if not hundreds of thousands and millions of reps on your instrument. So play as often as you can. Jam with people, jam with everyone, join bands. Even if it's not your most desired position, it will give you experience, repetitions, performance opportunities from the stage. Talk to as many people as you can, play on as many stages as you can, be persistent, be patient. And here was an interesting one he dropped at the very last minute is be self-critical. Record yourself, audio and visual. Look, listen, critique. Give yourself real feedback. Get real feedback from trusted friends that are willing to say it like it really is, okay? And then adjust accordingly. Be honest with yourself and about and with your band, okay? So this is just, remember, this is part 3. So we've been through 2 other parts. The amount of wisdom and so forth that was dropped in this interview was just incredible. You got to watch the podcast. You can find that at the Rossa Report, Michael Rossa's own podcast. He placed it there. It's an audio version. You can find it inside the Facebook group, Rock Guitarists of the Midwest, which I will be changing that name to Midwest Rockers. If you go to, if you look at the top of the Facebook and find a little tab called Guides, click on the guides, and it'll be episode 5, 6, and tonight's is 7. So 5, 6, and 7 is the review, and episode number 4 should be that interview with Michael Rossa himself. If you look through the Facebook page, you will also see links to the YouTube. Let's see, how did we do it? We did a StreamYard link, and I think we did a YouTube link as well. So you should find the StreamYard link, the YouTube link. There's so many ways that you can find the information. You can watch my 3 reviews on that interview. There's many ways that you can access the information, and it's great information to learn. So that concludes the amazing video podcast style interview review with Michael Rossa, 3-part series. Highly recommend that you listen to that episode and check out also Guy Danhoff's interview as well. I believe that was episode 3. It might have been episode 2 in the group, and 3 might have been the review of his interview. Okay. So who's next? Message me. If you haven't friended me yet, friend me on Facebook. I will accept your friend request, noticing that you're in Midwest Rockers, and then message me and say, hey, I want to get in the podcast interview. I want to do some self-promo. I want to promote my band. I want to share some knowledge tips that I've accumulated over the years. I'm looking at the wrong camera again, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to get that squared away next time. So, reach out to me. Get on the list before it gets too busy, guys. We're going to start pulling people into this group. Share your thoughts about this new direction. Bring your band members into the group. Add them to our group. Again, especially looking at the 5 core instruments: guitar, bass, drums, keys, piano, and vocals. Okay? Guitar, bass, drums, keys, vocals. That's the 5 core instrument. Remember, it is a rock-based group. So rock, hard rock, alternative, metal, country rock, blues rock, classic rock, etc. Okay? Rock-based, must be rock-based, must be in the Midwest. Those are the 2 requirements. So if you add people to the band, if you add people to the group and I find out they're not rock-based, or I find out they are not from the Midwest, I will kick them out of the group. So again, I do have to approve everyone, but I want to approve people quickly. I want to grow this group quickly. I still have a goal set as 100 members in this group by November 1st. That is now a lofty goal, being that it's October 15th. We got 2 weeks to do it. We have 57 members, I believe, currently inside the group. So reach out to your friends. Bring your band members in. Let's get this group growing. Get on one of these podcasts. Share it out to your social media platforms. Share it out to your profile page. Let's get you some exposure. Let's get some promo going for you. Okay? I'm just going to check before I completely log off here. I'm just going to see if there's anything I might need to answer. Not really set up well to see the comments currently. Okay, yeah, in the Facebook group, I'm moderator right now, so I can't see comments. Okay, if you've commented, I will get back to you. And unless you're on one of the other platforms, if you're in the Facebook watching, I won't even be able to see comments inside StreamYard. Okay. Very good. Appreciate all of you. Really looking forward to this new direction. Looking forward to the new group growth. Midwest Rockers, keep the lights on. Keep rocking. Peace. This is John Capity, guitar coach, podcaster, and improv artist on guitar. I appreciate all of you. Look forward to the next session. Have a good night.